Point to the end. There you go. Hey Hattiesburg, it's Toby Barker, and thank you for joining us for our Friday briefing on COVID-19 in our community. Today we'll be looking at tests. Those numbers. We'll also be talking about Governor Reeves' extension of his shelter-in-place order. We'll talk about the masks drive that's going on this weekend, and of course our regular Act of Courage. Our test results, again, these are system-wide for our healthcare organizations. Forest General covers 19 counties, Merit Health Wesley covers 18, Semrai and Hattiesburg Clinic covers several as well. So when you look at these are system-wide for organizations. They've done 3,753 tests. 398 of those have come back positive. Again, those are not just in Forest and Lamar counties. Those are system-wide for those organizations. 3,080 have come back negative, and 275 are pending. The 275 number at the bottom is a very exciting number because it means that's the low point right now in terms of pending tests. That means that the tests are coming back regularly, they're coming back quickly and efficiently, and that means we can get people into treatment. It also means that we can save protective equipment in our hospitals. I want to also tell you that thanks to the innovations and partnerships that Forest General and Hattiesburg Clinic and Southern Miss have made, as well as Merit Health Wesley, the investments they've made, this is getting done. And so we should be proud of our medical community for their partnership, their collaboration, and innovation. Our goals, of course, in everything that we do with COVID-19 are, first of all, to protect vulnerable populations. These are people who are over the age of 60. These are folks who have underlying health conditions. We want to make sure that we're protecting those folks. The second goal we have, of course, is preventing overrun of the healthcare system by slowing the spread. This means that if you get sick, we want to make sure that there are sufficient resources and personnel to take care of you. Right now, we look at hospitalizations for the Hattiesburg area health system. This is both Merit Health Wesley and Forest General. We have 31 patients right now in the hospitals combined that are positive for COVID. That's an increase of 5 over yesterday. We have another 13 who are experiencing symptoms but whose tests have not come back. These are folks with cough, fever, trouble breathing, or another symptom that we're waiting to see if they are positive for COVID. Of course, the more acute patients end up in the ICU, and that's a greater indicator of our hospital's capacity. Right now, we have 15 people in the ICU that are testing positive for COVID at both Merit Health Wesley and Forest General. Keep in mind that both of these hospitals are still getting their regular load of car accidents and heart attacks and strokes, and so this does push and really labor the ICU capacity, but right now they're doing a great job of taking care of folks. We have one patient who is in the ICU who is showing symptoms but whose test has not come back yet. Totals per county, the Department of Health did have a slight computer issue today, so we did get some numbers. We're not sure how complete these are. Forest County has gone up to 137. Lamar County has gone up to 57. If you want to look at the curve, the orange line is Lamar County, the blue line is Forest County, the gray line is those two counties, our metro area combined. We're still seeing an increase. One thing the Department of Health did provide us today, however, was who is getting this disease. There's also often a national narrative or state narrative that this demographic's getting COVID, but this one is not. And we really see a very balanced perspective in our two counties. In Forest County, of the 137 who have tested positive, 43% of those are African American, 40% are white, 8% are some other ethnicity, 9% we just don't have good data for. In Lamar County, out of those 57, 45% are African American, 37% are white, 9% are some other ethnicity. And so the message to take away from this is that anyone can get this, regardless of what you're seeing on social media or what you're seeing as far as national news stories. This is the story in our community. Anyone can get this. It doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter what age you are. Even though this has more adverse reactions to people who are in their older years, we've seen folks in their 90s get this. We've seen a 9-month-old get this in our community. And so it's very important to understand that anyone can get this. And if you are on the older side of the spectrum, or if you have some underlying health condition, the chances of you having a more adverse reaction to it, of ending up in the hospital or in the ICU or worse, go up because of the nature of this disease. So the message here is to stay the course. We are not at the end of this. We're continuing to see more positive cases, and it's important that we not treat this like it's close to being over, because it's not. This is going to go on for a while, and so A couple things I want to inform you about. Of course, this morning, Governor Tate Reeves extended his shelter-in-place order a week, and that's going to end right now at April 27th, 2020. He did make a couple of changes in the shelter-in-place order. He did open up boating on lakes. He also opened up beaches for people to use for recreation. However, parks, other play facilities, movie theaters, bowling alleys, those kinds of things, those are still closed except for walking trails. He also did one thing with non-essential retail. He did allow those to open up, but non-essential retail can only open up to curbside, drive-through, or delivery. So bookstores, clothing stores, florist gift shops, those folks can open. However, they can only open up curbside, delivery, or drive-through. You cannot have people in your store, and I want to really drive this point home as well, that if you're an employee of one of these places and you work around other employees, you have to wear a mask. You are subject to the same city executive order as other essential businesses. So if you are planning on opening up as of Monday, 8 a.m., that's as soon as you can open up, you have to wear a mask. If you are interacting with the public, or if you're taking something to someone's car or delivering to someone's door, and this also goes for people delivering food or groceries, you have to wear a mask. That is according to the city executive order, and so we want to drive that point home, that if you choose to open, you do have to wear masks. Of course, one thing to make that a little bit easier for you, thanks to the great folks at Spartan Mosquito, they have donated 60,000 cloth masks. And you can get one this weekend at any of our retail touch points that we have listed at hattiesburgms.com/coronavirus/mask. I will show you what one of these looks like. This is the basic CDC cloth mask. It goes over your nose and mouth. It hooks behind your ears. And if you go to the store this weekend, you can pick one up. We encourage you that if you do pick one up at the store, if you're not already wearing your own mask, take it home with you. These can be washed. These can be reused. These need to go the distance with you. I don't want to drive to a corner market or to a Walmart and see these on the ground, because these are meant for you to take home and use. And we're so grateful to all of our retailers who agreed to have these, to give these away to folks who don't already have them. If you can't find one at a retailer or another community organization, you can call us at City Hall at 545-4501 or reach out to us on social media. Several of you already have. We will do all that we can to try and get you some sort of face covering for your nose and mouth going forward. A goal is we want every person to have a mask who can't either make their own or buy their own. That's the way that we protect each other. That's the Hattiesburg way. And when you go out, you need to wear it. Still see certain stores that not everyone is wearing a mask. That is the responsible thing to do for yourself, for other people around you, is to wear those masks. And finally, don't storm the stores. Remember your social distancing guidelines. Remember to avoid peak hours at grocery stores tomorrow, because typically the afternoon hours tend to pick up. Take only what you need, and these are reusable and washable. Don't throw these away. Our Act of Courage today, you're going to see several opportunities over the next few weeks to give back to your community. One that we want to spotlight today is the Southern Miss Foundation. They have created a fund for those in the Southern Miss community, whether they be students or faculty or staff, to give to those affected by COVID-19 and by the Easter tornadoes. If you want to give to that, go to eaglefever.usm.edu. As we go into the weekend, remember to wash your hands, take care of yourself, wear a mask if you go out in public, do only what is essential, and most importantly, if at all possible, stay home. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll be in touch later. And again, courage.